Hello everyone and welcome to another Soul Songs Tarot 1111 Pick a Card reading. And this particular reading is for earth signs. That would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So if you are born in any of those signs and or have those in any major placements in your birth chart, this reading probably might have messages for you. Or if you are curious about an earth sign, there might be messages for you about them. And this particular reading is special in that I am going to allow you, the collective earth and signs out there, to pick the particular row that is resonating and or calling out to you as I begin the reading. I've already pre-shuffled all the decks that I'm using for the 3 individual rows, and basically the question I asked is, what advice or guidance does the universe have for my earth signs at this time? And I welcome you to hit that like button as I give these messages to you, to share it with somebody who you feel might be able to benefit from the messages, and or to subscribe to the channel if you find that these messages do resonate, because I will be doing collective general readings for all 4 elements moving forward. This is a very exciting new series. I do hope you like it, and if you do, like I said, hit that like button and also hit the notification bell so you will know when my next reading for your particular sign is posted. All right, everyone, well, let's get started and see where these particular rows will take us with the energy. And as I mentioned, please take what resonates and also leave the rest. Please don't forget to read the disclaimer in the description box. I will be timestamping all 3 rows so you can quickly access that particular row that is calling out to you now. And at this time, I ask you to just focus on a particular row that is calling to you. Would it be row 1 with the orange stone here? Would it be row 2 with the purple stone here? Or will it be row 3 with the blue stone? So at this time, please take a moment to see which row is calling out to you now. Right off the bat, I'm getting, in terms of general energy for my earth signs, there is an overall transformative energy surrounding you at this time. It's a time of really big transformation, and I feel transformation is coming in. So you will see something transforming in your life or in the person that you are here to ask about in their life. There's also a lot of creative potential, very strong creative potential around you at this time. And I feel that energy of creativity and what you are passionate about is really going to come to the forefront, earth signs. I am getting very strong if you've been working and or wanting to work on a project. You are going to want to pick it up right now, because something is just going to push you towards wanting to make something a reality. You may have felt like you needed to somewhat put that in the back burner or even hide it from others because you did not feel it was the right time to work on it or the right time to tell people about this new idea or passionate way or path that you are wanting to take, because you did not feel you would be understood or accepted for whatever it is that you are wanting to do moving forward. It could be, I'm hearing for some of you, an out-of-the-box idea, maybe an idea to start a new business, to become an entrepreneur, to write a new piece of music, to want to record a new piece of music, to take your music into a different genre maybe for some of you out there if you're a musician. You may also be called to try to sell some of your artwork for the first time, while others might say that, oh, it's such a competitive business, and they may try to, sway you into not pushing forward with it. But overall, there's a lot of creative potential that you have deep within you that it is time for you to let that out. It is also a period of unawakened potential that I feel some of you might feel you have, or you have heard people tell you, I feel you have so much potential to do great things, or I feel you have so much potential in a certain area. So it might be time to try something new, to try to look at something in a new way, and to gather the wisdom around all that you've learned and heard from those around you, your experiences, anything that has really, I'm hearing, formed your current perspective. It's time for you to kind of change that perspective in order for you to make something happen and bring something into reality that is something that you've wanted to do for a very long time. It could also be something that I'm hearing, it feeds my soul, or this person really speaks to my soul. And I've kind of hidden those feelings away. If that resonates with some of you, please hit that like button, because I'm getting a very strong energy of hidden feelings, hidden passions, hidden emotions. I'm hearing the question, what would life look like if you woke up? And what are you truly missing right now at this moment? What in your soul core are you missing in your life? I'm hearing some of you might have felt like a spark has kind of tapered a little bit, where you feel like you just need to feel that spark again. And that is why opening yourself up to your passions, to what truly drives you, motivates you, what truly speaks to your soul is going to be very important at this time. You're going to want to possibly even go inward and be more of an introvert than you might be already to some out there. But I feel like you're going to want to take some time to yourself to really think, to reflect. I'm hearing the word reflections. To reflect on choices you've made, to reflect on decisions that may have even been made for you if you felt that that was the case. You might even be looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing your own reflection and asking yourself, who am I at this time? Am I where I want to be? Am I being true to myself, to my soul? Am I being honest with myself and those around me? Because again, when that hidden energy comes, that energy of not feeling able to be vulnerable, that is the reason why you may be feeling that. Because there is something that is not speaking to your soul, or you feel you have to be hidden, or something has to be hidden. What have you hidden away or sacrificed for others? I'm hearing people pleasing. If you felt like you may have done that at some point for the greater good. The other word that's coming to me is honoring your obligations and being disciplined about it. That is such a beautiful trait about earth signs, being so grounded and honoring your obligations and responsibilities and being grounded in them and not allowing yourself to falter. But at the same time, let us remember as an earth sign to honor yourself in the ways of those things that you are passionate about, that truly speak to your soul, that truly do light you up from the inside, rather than just going through I'm hearing the monotony of life. If you felt like maybe things have gotten, like I said, a little plateaued, stagnant. Wow. Kundalini yoga is also coming in strong for me in terms of the meditative pause practice that you might be doing a lot more of from this point forward, to tune in back into your essence, what you really, really want to do moving forward. It's that very sacral root chakra type of energy. Fire energy, you might have strong fire in your birth chart, earth sign. I'm hearing maybe fire moon sign or rising sign, but either way, you have very strong fire in your chart. Do not dim that fire. Continue to be that grounded, focused, disciplined earth sign, but also continue to put in that passionate part of you into all that you do, and into expressing yourself as well with others about what you really want. All right, so let's go ahead and move to the reading now. So that was my general just energy channeled message that I was getting as I tapped into your energy. Very powerful, transformative time for you, earth signs. So for all of you out there who chose row 1, these are going to be your messages at this time, earth signs. So let's see what you got for row 1. And we will start with the Devil. Card 15, which boils down to 6. So you might resonate with the number 15, or you might be seeing the number 6 or double sixes around you. And this is actually very aligned with the channeled message I did prior to pulling this card, which is all about distractions. It's a card about obsessive tendencies, indulgences. This particular card in this deck, this is the image of the jackalope, which is a mythical being. And this particular being is found in the desert, or at least that is the story as we're told. And it's a story of this basically jackrabbit that has the head, of a deer, or antlers of a deer, but it's like a rabbit and a deer together. So a lot of the stories of how this jackalope came about were basically man-made stories of this creature. And the question I am getting is, what man-made stories or blocks are you telling yourself right now, or do you have up right now, that are taking you down the easy route and away from what you're truly passionate about, away from your life purpose, away from what calls to your soul, your authenticity? So what blocks are up? What stories are you telling yourself about where you're at in life, what you've accomplished, what you can accomplish? You are a sign all about having a plan, following a plan. But are there certain things that have come into your life that have caused somewhat of a distraction, or caused you to lose focus, or caused you to have to put things in the back burner so that you can be there for others? You're a very loving and nurturing sign, Earth sign. You love to be there for people. You love to show up for people. Your love language could be considered acts of service, is what I'm getting for many of you out there. But you only do that for those that you truly care about. And I feel sometimes some of what you want to do gets kind of lost in the shuffle of the busyness of chores that you need to get done, or people that you need to get back to, or calls that you need to make, or this or XYZ. I feel like sometimes what you truly want to do at any given time sometimes seems to get lost in the shuffle of things. You also may be indulging in other things versus maybe, like I said, you may have lost a little bit of focus versus working on that project, versus finding a new stream of income, versus diversifying XYZ to get to point B from A to B, looking at another option or way of doing something, going somewhere. What fears are you focusing on that are also stopping you from your dreams, Earth sign? The other thing that came to me as I picked up this card was that toxicity can wear many faces. Obsessive tendencies can wear many faces, because as you can see, this is supposed to be a jackrabbit, but the jackrabbit has the face of a deer. Or at least the antlers of a deer. So it's this, again, a mythical creature. And I feel like as you start going through and reflecting on where you're at, I feel these questions are going to come up about what certain obsessive tendencies have I carried that may have caused me to be a little bit stagnant in one way, a little bit stubborn in one way, and to not see another perspective, or to see someone differently, or to see an experience differently. Am I focusing so much on my past and what has happened in my past that I am not allowing myself to see something in a new light for some of you out there? What reality also don't you want to face at this time? And this is also part of that general collective channeling that I did prior to this row 1 message, if you want to check that out. But I talk about the fact that there might be a sense of wanting to not rock the boat or cause a conflict because things are so good right now, or because things are just so like, you know, you have the perfect relationship, or you have the perfect job, or you have the perfect this or that, or at least that's what you've seen I was about to say, or understood about where you're at. Or others may have told you things look good right now, like don't rock the boat, don't try to change anything, don't try to bring any of that up. But I feel, Taurus, that you are that sign who will bring something up if things are not the way that you want them to be. But I feel that lately you've been feeling I almost see you on this wave of just coasting. You are just coasting, and it feels good because everything just seems to be good right now. And if something does come up, you're like, oh, it's not that big, I'm not going to bring it up. Oh, it's not that big, I'm not going to bring it up. But I feel like there have been possibly things that are piling up where you've said to yourself, I'm not going to bring anything up because, oh, it'll go away. Or, oh, I'll just let it go. I don't think this is a time where you're going to want to let it go anymore. I almost said Taurus. So Taurus, if you chose this particular row, this might be a message for you, for a Taurus out there. If you feel that you are at a point where you do not want to not bring something up anymore, and you actually do, there is a part where I feel you're going to take a pause before you do anything, just so you can figure out the best way on how to approach that experience or person about these little things that have just kind of piled up, where you need to just say, hey, I need to talk to you about something. And I know I keep saying things are okay, but they're not. And I want to make sure that we kind of nip it right now before anything moves forward. I know things have been great. It's been wonderful. I'm glad I can do XYZ. I'm glad that things are really good between us, or I'm glad that this job is doing really well. I'm glad this project is doing really well. But there are some things that I also want to bring up about how I want to see the future of this project go, or how I want to bring this to fruition in terms of a new idea, an entrepreneurship type of situation. I feel like a lot of it is going to come up for you. You don't want to continue forward the same way things have been. You actually are looking forward to changing things up a bit and changing your reality as a result of that. Earth signs out there, if you feel like it's time to make a change, to change something up so that you aren't in these, stagnation, monotony, or you feel like you are kind of feeling stuck in a way of thinking, in a toxic connection environment where you feel you might have obsessive tendencies, or distracted, not focused, because things are just great, you're indulging in life and you forgot about that great idea you had, or that beautiful piece of music you're going to create. This is the time where you're going to say, no more of this. I'm going to change my reality. And it's going to light you up inside. You are going to just feel that passionate reignition of so many things that you just want to do differently. So let's see what the next card says about that will continue forth with this message. And this is your general love message, by the way, Earth sign, because in these general messages, I pulled 3 cards. First being general, second being about love, and the third being all about just as a clarifier of the energy. So let's see what this card is about love. We got fire ants out there, Earth signs. So fire ants. This is fire energy. I felt this energy when I was doing your general channeling about that passion, that lack of spark, and how you want to reignite a spark somewhere. This is the energy that we're kind of somewhat talking about. This is fire energy with the triangle facing up. And this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So Earth sign out there, you may have strong Aries, Leo, Sag in a very strong placement, whether it's Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm hearing for some of you, or I'm seeing the word Ascendant. You might have fire sign in your Ascendant in your birth chart. This particular card is all about aggression and rigid thinking. Earth sign. Have you felt a little bit rigid in how you approach love and relationship lately? Or has someone told you that you've been a little bit rigid in how you think about love and relationship? Have you felt that your relationships have been about you having to take a stand all the time about how things are going to need to go? And that has caused problems within the relationship with your significant other. Have you felt, or they felt, that they would like you to be a little more flexible in your way of being in a relationship? Now, I'm actually drawn to why, and asking myself the question, why are these ants going towards the center rather than, and all of these are basically in this circular motion going towards the center, rather than going against the grain and going another direction? That is that rigid way of thinking. They feel like that is the only way for them to operate in their life. Why not change the pattern? Why not change the direction of where your love life is going, and or even integrate a little bit more flexibility into your relationships out there, Earth sign? Even in a very small way, just to start off with, because I know sometimes you feel like if you do not set the precedent, or you don't have some sort of control in it, that things may somewhat get out of control. What is attracting all these ants to that central energy or thing in the middle? Is another question that's coming up for me. Is there something you're fired up about in a relationship or stewing over that may also be causing you to really be laser focused on this one thing that might have happened, or this one conversation that might have taken place that might have caused you to become a bit, and I want to use the right word here, a bit defensive? Or are people saying that the person that you are with is becoming a little defensive about one issue, one thing that they may have discovered and or created a story about? Possibly, maybe there is something that came to light that has caused somebody to be like these fire ants, focusing on this one thing, and they've gotten very defensive and very just, I'm hearing the word angry about this one thing that maybe they found out that you were focused on or still focused on. Earth sign. Is there some gossiping or blame games going on? Is another thing that I'm getting, which is why I feel maybe something might have come up, and in a group, maybe in your friends group or in a network group that you are around a lot or familiar with, where maybe something came up about you or something came up about your relationship with this person, or they heard something about you among their group of friends or network, and that really got to them because it was something that they didn't think was still an issue or still on your mind. And there's gossip now that might be coming from that one thing, Earth sign. Are you being faithful? Are you sure and being honest with them, or is this person being honest with you about what they really want and how they want the relationship to go, and whether or not they really do love you, or whether they or not they do want to be in a relationship with you. When this card comes up, this is a card about, it's time for you to just kind of stay in your zone. Rather than feeding into whatever drama is happening around you, Earth sign, or whatever drama is being brought to your door, it's time for you to just stay in your lane, stay focused on what you need to do. Don't give into obsessive tendencies to think that things are going south or that things are going wrong. Rather than, there might be a miscommunication, there might be some type of lies being told that are, it's like the game telephone. If you've ever played that as a kid, maybe somebody said something and then that got to them and then it changed and the story just kept changing until it reached your significant other or reached you, and you're like, wow, like how did this come out of nowhere? Might have been a shock, which is why you're so fired up about it, or they're so fired up about it. I'm hearing things were good, and then all of a sudden things just kind of came up that I didn't think would. I feel it is definitely a time for you and this person to take some solo time to fix whatever imbalances may be coming up as a result of what has come up and fired you both up and caused this gossip or blame game about who was responsible for what, who said what. It's time for you to break free of the drama and cool down at this moment with regards to a love relationship, or it is time for you to give the other person space to breathe rather than try to solve it and prove that things are either okay, or that maybe you do need to tell them it's time for us to have a talk because I feel certain things are coming up for me and I'm sorry that you had to find out this way. But again, it is time for both of you to go to your individual corners, to think about how you're going to approach each other and communicate in a very compassionate way. This is a very important time to practice self-compassion and compassion of others, to be thoughtful about what you're about to say about the situation, about how you really feel. So Earth sign, wow, there's definitely a lot of fiery energy around you at this time, and I'm going to put this back here. And we are going to move on to just the card that is going to bring this all in nicely. And let's see what is going to clarify the energies for row 1 to end this row 1 reading. And we have the beaver and birch, and we have the word home. So let me go ahead and bring that to you closer. It says the beaver and birch, home. So, Earth sign out there who chose row 1, you might resonate with the beaver. The beaver might be an animal that is around you in your general vicinity. It might actually be an animal that you, as a kid, you might have had like a beaver little stuffed animal. You might have liked going out to watch beavers in the wild. I feel this is a beautiful location where you can just breathe and be out in nature, is what I'm getting from the image in my mind of this card. Home. Earth sign, you want to be at home in wherever you are, whatever decision that you make. You want to feel at home in that decision. And we just talked about the energies of obsession and distraction, toxicity, drama, blame game, rigid thinking. What truly makes you feel like home, Earth sign out there? I feel like maybe somebody has told you at one point you feel like home. And it definitely did make your heart skip a beat when you heard them tell you that. And this is what I'm getting from the love energy around you. What makes you feel like you are truly at home in yourself, Earth sign? What are you wanting to build? Truthfully, if you were to ask yourself and look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself the question, what do I want to build here? What do I really truly want to build here? What speaks to my heart and soul? Who speaks to my heart and soul. And who do I want to really build a home with? Because the beaver spends hours on end cutting down trees and moving trees from one area into the, rivers, and creates this beautiful, beautiful home for their family with multiple little tunnels in it. A very disciplined, hardworking powerhouse is what I'm hearing. That's who you are. And you will take your time to create something beautiful. But the question you're asking yourself right now may be, who do I really want to be at home with? Do I feel at home with right now in myself with what I'm doing right now? Do I feel at home here in where I am, where I'm living? Do I want to move? Do I want to travel? Do I want to continue to be with this person? Do I want to build a legacy with this person? Does my career allow me to have or to save up for the home that I truly want? All very important questions you're asking for yourself at this time. This is card 30 in this particular oracle deck, so you might be 30. You might resonate with the number 30 or the number 3, but you are definitely going to go inward with, I'm getting the Hermit energy to get, which is that energy of going into your inner self to really ask yourself those big questions of, am I where I want to be? Does this feel like home to me? So beautiful messages for row 1 out there. And I really love that the energies are continuing forth from that channeled energy message at the beginning of this reading. So if you have not checked that out and you went straight to row 1 messages, I invite you to check that channeled message out, because there might be messages in there for you. Again, for this row 1, I'm getting very strong fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you may also have that in your birth chart, or maybe dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius earth sign. Or you may be dealing with somebody who's harnessing that fiery energy right now, or a group of people is what I'm hearing for some of you out there. There might be a five of wands competitive conflict energy around you among multiple people. Okay, well, row 1, thank you so much for joining me for your row 1 reading. And now I'm actually going to move to row 2 messages. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to hit that like button if it resonated. Row 2, who chose the purple stone, these are going to be your general messages, and your first card is going to be a general message. The second card I pull is going to be general love messages for you, and the third card is going to be a beautiful card that's just going to bring it all together for you. So let's get to it. If you chose row 2, let's see what your general message is at this time. Earth sign, who chose row 2, we have the Hanged Man. Card 12, so you might resonate with the number 12 or the number 3. You might see 1212 or 333, and that might actually have you come back to this reading and or remind you of these messages in the future. I welcome you to look up the meaning of 1212 and 333. So for this particular card, I love that the imagery has a possum on it. And why? Because personally, I've actually seen a possum when it's hanging by its tail in a tree, and I think it's the cutest little thing, a baby possum actually. But I actually feel that this is the perfect example of being in suspension and taking a moment of pause where people don't even know that you are contemplating. Because what do possums do when something comes up that they may feel a little bit uneasy about? They go into their little, they play dead. So they go low to the ground and they just pretend that they are asleep or, that type of energy. I almost feel like this card is telling you that it is time to be in that contemplative relaxation mode so that you can get some clarity about something so you can see something from a different perspective. And I'm hearing these new perspectives may open doors to new options or opportunities that you may not have considered before. So this is the perfect time for you to get that clarity that you would like. The state of suspension also can allow you, because they say when the mind is quiet, that is when the ideas come. It can also allow you to get really into that creative mindset. It may awaken certain things that you may not have thought would be a good idea to pursue. For those of you out there who have been kind of stuck creatively, this is the way that you are going to get to out of that creative block, or to even create new lyrics to a song, or write a new chapter in that book, or create that business plan for that really great business that you might have wanted to do for a long time, but you just haven't really focused on the plan. This might help you put that onto paper, put that idea onto paper. And also, when you go into a state of suspension where the mind is quiet, that also helps you see the world at new angles. So that if there are things in your world where you have been wanting or somehow desiring to get yourself out of, I'm hearing, a funk or stagnation, this is the way that you're going to be able to get out of it. You may see people, places, and things definitely in a new light once you come out of this state of suspension with the Hanged Man, which is all about, like I said, staying in that state of introverted meditation and pause so that you can come to clarity, awakening, and enlightenment. You are definitely at a point where you're gathering more info to allow the ideas to flow. So do not make any big moves right now, is what I am feeling from this card. I'm also getting from this card that there may be somebody around you who is in this energy. So it might not necessarily be you. You might be asking about someone around you. The Hangman energy is a card of Pisces. So you may be dealing with a Pisces. You may be dealing with a Pisces earth sign who is not speaking to you at the moment, or hasn't been. And you may be wondering how they've been or what they're doing. And right now they are definitely in a very spiritual, meditative time of going inward to figure out, I'm hearing, who they are and who they want to be and how they want to show up in the world. And that is why it may be taking a lot of time, and where you may not have spoken to them in a while. It's because they are in the midst of a big transformation, earth sign. One that is going to take them further than they could ever imagine, because the Hanged Man is the energy that is going to take them further creatively. So if you have a Pisces that you know is very creative, this is how they're going to be able to open up their creative spark. I'm hearing creative juices too. Let's see. I'm getting another message here. The Hanged Man is also about being patient and showing compassion. So earth sign out there, if you are feeling a little left out by this Pisces, or someone with strong Pisces in their birth chart, or someone is feeling left out by you because you've taken some time to kind of regroup, refocus, and figure things out, figure how you want to move forward with whatever relationship, life decision, or plan, they, I feel, should somewhat be aware, and or maybe you should tell them that you need to take some space to do these things, because I feel maybe they might think that you're ghosting them, or you might feel that you're being ghosted. But this is why they've taken time and space to go into the Hangman mode, and why they may have taken like some time away from social media. They might not be texting or calling. This is the reason why. And you just need to be patient. The time will come when they will come out of the Hangman mode with their new insights and new perspectives, and it'll be wonderful because they'll be seeing the world differently. They'll be operating in the world differently, the compassion that you're going to show to them will be returned to you as a result of them taking that bit of a pause. They will also be totally understanding of you taking that pause. Do not fight anything right now or try to get answers right now. Because fighting anything or trying to get answers is not going to help you. It's a time for you to wait. So don't create any issues if you can right now, air sign, as all will definitely be revealed in due time from that person, or you will reveal everything to that person that you've taken a pause from in due time. All right, so let's move on to your general love message, road 2. And we have the starfish. Strong water energy for road 2 earth signs. So if you have strong water in your moon, rising, Venus, and any other major placement, I feel these messages might resonate with you a little bit more, or you might, again, be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Strong Pisces, though. This is water energy with the starfish. And the starfish is all about that alluring, beautiful creature of the ocean. Look at how beautiful its shape is. I mean, children are really drawn to starfishes. When you see a starfish, you obviously get mesmerized by it, just how many different colors it can come in, how it just sticks on the shores and on the rocks. It is such a beautiful creature. And I almost feel like whoever you're around with this water energy can be a very beautiful, alluring, and mesmerizing type of energy or person. They might also see you as such, earth sign, where you might have this alluring and mesmerizing quality about you, where you also resonate with the water. So you might live near a body of water. They might live near a body of water. But regardless, it is this energetic pull that this person has. They have that energy of almost like that fire energy, Queen of Wands energy, where they're very attractive and they have an alluring way of them, where the way they move, the way they speak, the way they look at you, or the way that you do that to someone else is how they see you. You are the star in their eye. You are this beautiful beacon. And I feel that this person really is someone who cares about how they show up in the world, how they look to the people around them. It is not to say that it could come across as a little bit superficial or shallow, but that is the other side to this energy, is that this person may come across as someone who feels like they have to kind of act a certain way, look a certain way, be a certain way in order to be accepted by people around them. Or this is an energy that you might feel you need to be. But I feel what is beautiful about this energy is there is this questioning of what is really what others see externally all there is about me, or is what others see externally all that I want to be or show up for myself as. I feel there is going to be a strong call from them internally or from you to no longer be in that state of wanting to people please, of wanting to show yourself as someone because you're afraid of people seeing the real you, being authentic. This person, whoever it is going through a beautiful transformation of going beyond the external and really seeing themselves beyond that into the soul level and the core level of who they are and what they want in life. And or I feel this also might be the mirroring energy that you and this person are mimicking right now. I almost feel very strong soulmate connection here. Strong mirroring from the two of you if you are an earth sign who's going inward to question everything about how things have gotten to this point, how I've lived my life, how I want to continue moving forward. Do I really want to change things up? Yes, I do. And I feel that that is exactly what this person is doing in your life, in your love life. They know that they have an alluring quality. They are aware that they can move through the world with that external magnetism. But I feel like they're realizing that is not all they want to be seen as. They want to be seen as so much more. And the world is asking them to embrace everything, the beauty without and within, and be truly authentic to themselves, which is why that energy of the possum came up. A lot of contemplative energy for you both at this time, Earth sign. Also, are you being swayed by what is glittery? And what dreams have you put aside to please others are the questions that I'm getting right now. The other questions that are coming to me is, what are you being swayed by that looks beautiful on the outside, that fits the mold of where you're at and what others may want you to choose? Are you really being swayed by external influences and not being swayed by your soul and your heart and what you truly desire and dream of? What have you put aside to please others? What dreams? What do you fall asleep at night dreaming of and wake up in the morning thinking of that you put aside because it looks good, because what you're doing just looks good to others and you don't want other people to be disappointed in your choices? Because sometimes all that glitters is not gold, Earth sign. And I feel like you're really questioning a lot about your circle as well. And you're going to realize who truly has your back regardless of what decision you make. But as long as they know you're making a decision from your heart, they will always support you and be by your side. And those who are going to gossip and cause drama and make you feel like you are choosing something so unacceptable that they just can't accept it, and they will cause drama. What is your deeper calling? What makes you feel lifted up? I feel like this person in your life is someone who's definitely is very uplifting and artistic. I also feel that this person is someone, like I said, who may be feeling that they miss you too. And you may have that kind of empty feeling as well. You're questioning a lot of the decisions you may have made regarding this person, and maybe even letting them go to do something else, Earth sign. Well, these are the very strong energies I'm getting from these cards. Wow, strong love energy for those of you who chose row 2. Water energy, very strong and prominent there. All right, so let's see what the third card is for row 2. We have the Ram and Dahlia, determination. So row 2, off the bat, I'm getting strong fire and energy, particularly Aries energy with the Ram. You might have this in your birth chart in a strong placement like moon or rising, or you may know someone who has this strongly in their birth chart. But it says determination. So I feel like once you come out of this, moment of enlightenment with the Hanged Man, I feel you're going to be determined to just move forward as you want without allowing other people to get in your way. And I know, Earth sign, you are known to be signs who are very determined regardless, but sometimes I feel like in this case, for whoever I'm picking up the energy of for row 2, you may feel like you have had to put things in the back burner to make sure that you don't rock the boat and that you move forward and you keep moving towards your goal regardless of whatever you need to sacrifice along the way. And for some of you, it may have been a relationship. It may have been a career that you were very passionate about. It may have been a move that you just felt wouldn't be feasible because you know that other people would say something about you moving somewhere in particular. Whatever decision that you have made, you are going to be determined coming out of this introspective period that you are just going to move forward with a new insight, new perspectives, new ways of being, new ways of doing, so that you can be truly authentic to yourself, to your heart, and to your soul. No more getting caught up by things that glitter that may not be gold. No more getting caught up or swayed by things that are mesmerizing, by people who are wanting you to kind of stay in that mold that they've built up for you. You are going to want to break out of it and to be true to yourself. Row 2. So be excited, because this is the energy that it's coming in as a result of your Hanged Man time period of space, of suspension, and contemplation and relaxation. So take that time, Row 2, because a lot of exciting things are coming out. And you may also resonate with the dahlia. So the dahlia may be a flower that you particularly like out there, or you may see this flower around you when something significant happens in relation to that new perspective, idea, or way of being that you are going to decide to do. I feel like it's just going to show up somewhere, and you're going to know that this reading and these messages were for you. All right. Well, Row 2, these have been your messages. Please do write in the comment section if something exciting does happen, if you get a new insight, if you're trying a new direction and it actually does work out for you. I would love to hear about it, and hit that like button if you find that the messages also resonate with you. Thank you all for joining me, those who chose Row 2, and I look forward to seeing you in your next reading, or if you'd like, stick around and take a look at Row 1 and 3 and see if any of those messages resonate as well. Take care, Row 2. Bye-bye. Row 3, for those of you out there who chose Row 3, this is going to be your reading. This is the Blue Stone, and I'm very happy to be able to relay these messages to you, those of you out there, Earth signs, who chose Row 3. So let's get started with your reading. We are going to start with the first card, which is your general energy card, followed by a card all about your love life, so general energy, and then a card to basically bring it all together. So let's see what your first card is, Row 3. We have the Knight of Swords. Wow, Row 3. Great energy to start off your general messages. And first off, the Knight of Swords is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. So Row 3, Earth signs, you may be dealing with someone with strong Aquarius, Libra, Gemini in their chart, or you might also have strong Aquarius, Libra, Gemini in your birth chart, whether it's in your moon, your rising, and I'm hearing for some of you out there also Venus. That's what came in. So this particular card, I am getting that song Barracuda. Please, in the comment section below, if you know who sings that song Barracuda, that might be a song that you particularly like or resonates with you. You might want to take a listen to that song. But the Barracuda is a very fast, stealthy, and can be ruthless type of sea creature. And that is very, I would say, exemplary of the energy of the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is someone who comes in fast. In the traditional tarot, you will see he is a knight with a sword, basically hand out with the sword, coming in fast on his horse. He is about ready to just come in, and I'm hearing like a bull in a china shop is just going to take everything down as he comes in with his truth, with his clarity, with his logical ways of thinking, with everything that he has gathered, the information he's gathered. He is just going to come in and just express himself. He's all about expression, communication. This is someone who's very sharp and quick of mind, who can grasp complex subjects quickly. So these energies that I'm describing might be you, Taurus, an energy that you're embodying, or the energy of someone that you are in connection with or are asking about with Row 3 messages. This is also someone who can be who can have a very sharp, honest way of speaking. I'm hearing the term sharp tongue. may also be someone who's very focused on intellect. So they are someone who loves to read a lot, who loves to learn, who loves to gather wisdom from various places. This is somebody who can sometimes be all about the facts only. And at times may leave like the emotions. I would say probably a good portion of the time they are someone who the emotions kind of take the back seat while they express all the logical facts about something and say like, no, this is right because of XYZ research, or this is right because of so and so philosopher said, or this is right because this scientific evidence says XYZ. And they can sometimes be not very tactful as a result of them expressing themselves in such a way. This is someone who gets to the point. And I feel like despite what I've described in terms of the energies that come forth from this person, this is what row 3 that you want to do. You want to get down to the point. Because that will help you cut through the brain fog. If you've been going through some type of brain fog, row 3, I feel like harnessing this energy of the Knight of Swords is really going to help you just cut through indecision, cut through a bit of I'm hearing juggling and haziness of a situation. It's going to help you be more decisive if you harness this energy, and whoever you might be dealing with who might be in this energy, that is exactly what they are going to come in as, and or are being guided to come in as. To think logically with the info that you have or research before, let's say, you sign a contract. So row 3, if you are on the cusp or in the process of signing a contract, this is the energy that you need to be in. This energy can also be very self-judgmental or judgmental of others as well. And that type of energy is something you're being called to temper a bit with this energy, because sometimes we can be very hard on ourselves and we can be very hard on others because we feel if XYZ person is not being logical, well then, whoa, their opinions are just only emotion based. How can I take emotional opinions? Or, oh, how can they even like get so fired up about that? And why couldn't they just chill out a bit and just take things and be factual and not have to bring that up again? I feel like there may be certain conversations coming towards you, row 3, or you might have already gone through these type of discussions where maybe somebody is telling you don't get so overly emotional, or you're telling someone not to get overly emotional and to come from this space, and they may have taken it as a very harsh statement. You also might be looking at some type of thing that you're working on and really being very critical about what you are doing and kind of taking the emotion out of it. And I feel when it comes to signing contracts, yes, it is important to come from a very logical, focused place of gathering all the right information, being patient, and just making sure that you dot your I's and cross your T's before you sign anything, and make sure you have the right people to read things and go over things more than once and all of that great stuff when it comes to signing contracts. Or if you are in the middle of some type of legal proceedings, you definitely want to put your feelings aside and focus on the facts. But when it comes to yourself and how you approach others, like in a personal way, non-judicial way, I feel there is a very beautiful balance of balancing the logic with the emotion in this case that needs to be practiced from the person you may be asking about earth sign, or from someone who may have asked you to come from that type of space. You may have said something in haste, you may have said something very sharp, you may have taken somebody's breath away by how you came across. And now it is a time of balancing that all out. Taking that sword and putting it in, and I love that this is a water scene, taking that sword and dipping it into your emotions rather than just coming across as this barracuda. Because what does a barracuda do? It swims through the water, it flows, and it waits patiently for its dinner, and then it goes straight for it and fast. I feel that's exactly what you're being called to do. Temper your emotions, flow through your emotions with yourself, within yourself, in a person, and allow them to flow through the emotions, and just work through it together. Don't automatically just put your foot down and say, this is the way it is and this is how it has to be because of XYZ research or whatnot, facts. Again, there's the moon here. This is a card all about emotions, and the fact that this Barracuda is exemplary of the Knight of Swords, perfect example of how a Knight of Swords can be very healthily, if that is a word, can express himself in a healthy, balanced way of logic and emotion. But again, if you are in a legal proceeding, this is the type of energy you're going to want to be in with this Barracuda, which is get your facts straight to make sure that you have a really good case. All right, general love messages for 03. Let's see what we have. And we have the Nightingale, air energy. Again, very strong Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy here. You might want to go check out the air sign reading that I did a pick a card for and see if there are any messages in there for you as well, because I love that air and water came in strongly for row 3. All about communication, expression, and emotion. How to express one's logic and emotions in a healthy way is really the message for you, row 3. Whether this is a message for you or someone you may be in connection with. The Nightingale being the air energy here with this upward triangle with the line through it is all about singing one's heart out. And this Nightingale is standing above what I can consider like a world, or it can be an egg, but either way, it is standing on this beautiful globe of life, of new beginnings. It could also be the moon for some of you out there. If you resonate with anything that I'm saying here in regards to this image here, the Nightingale is this beautiful tender bird that is known for its song and the beauty of its song. And I love how we have it right coming after the Barracuda, which is, I mentioned, this fast, stealthy, and sometimes ruthless sea creature. And yet, it flows so beautifully through the waters and through its emotions. And here we have this beautiful, tender nightingale coming right after it in regards to love. Row 3, earth signs. This is what I mean about tempering your ways of communicating. If you have said something that might have come across a bit ruthless and where you did not show much tact and you were kind of sharp about, take some messages from this nightingale now. It is time for you to sing your song of love, to get back to your true soul core and to sing from your heart, to tell this person how you really feel from the heart, not from logic, not from some type of fact, but from your heart. You may be a musician, row 3. You might want to write them a song or even sing them a song or send them a song to apologize for the way you might have come across, to tell them that you will tune into your emotions a little more in times of stress or struggle, rather than coming across so forward and sharp. Before you go, I feel like you may also be saying this to someone before you decide to go straight for the jugular in terms of whatever type of gossip or story that is being told that may have caused this argument. And you or this person may have come across like a barracuda, where they just chomped down, they just focused on this one thing and went straight for it and chomped down on it, and that's what caused them to come towards you in this manner. If that happened, this might be the energy that you might ask them to come towards you as, or that they are realizing they need to come towards you as. Sing your song from the heart. Don't forget that that is also available to you as a way of communication. Be creative, maybe. You might want to be creative, or they might be coming towards you in a creative way to apologize. But whatever is said now, moving forward, is going to shed light on a situation. And it's going to be a very emotional time for you, Rosary. You might resonate with the story of the Nightingale, that there might be messages in there for you. It's a beautiful story called The Nightingale. If you have not read it, I recommend you do. If you have, it was a particularly favorite story of mine growing up. So definitely resonates with me. Something so small that has such an impact, that has such grace and such poise and such beauty and depth, is what I feel may come up in these messages that are come forth from this person who may have come across a bit like the Knight of Swords energy when it comes to personal relationships. And if it is something related to some type of contract and or legal proceeding, I feel the truths are going to be spoken and are going to come out in a beautiful way, where I feel that whether it's in a written statement or letter or witnesses or whatnot, that you are going to see the light and others are going to see the light and error of their ways. And it won't need to come from you being stern or strong or whatnot. It'll come from the truth. It'll come from the words that are spoken by you and by others who are going to be speaking facts, but who are also going to, I'm hearing somebody's written statement may come across as very factual, but yet very emotional, and that'll be what will help you win your case. The truths are coming out. All right. Wow. Oh my gosh, this has been a beautiful reading so far for you, Rosary. So again, strong Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and Scorpio energy with this watery first card here. And Pisces, Cancer. I'm going to put that out there because of this moon energy in the sky. So strong water and air energy for row 3. All right, and to close out your reading, row 3, let's see what this card is. And it says, the otter and cattail. And it says peace. Yes, absolutely. A beautiful way to bring together the energies for row 3, which is the term I choose peace. I choose to bring peace. I choose to create a bridge between me and another person. So this might be what you're doing or what another person is going to be doing very in the near future. Otters might be something very special to this person. They might have an otter stuffed animal that they had as a kid. They might love to watch otter videos on the internet. They might have a very strong love for otters, or you might, earth sign. They are very maternal figures who nurture their babies for a long time and literally float in the water with them on their bellies. It's the cutest thing to watch. And they're also very feisty. So you might come across as a very nurturing, feisty type row 3 earth sign. Or you may have heard somebody call you nurturing and feisty. And cattails. So you might see cattails by where you live. There might be some cattails by a lake or a river that you frequent, that you like to go to when you hike. But this is, like I said, all about peace. You may decide to take someone to a very peaceful place where you two can talk it out and come to a very peaceful resolution. There will be a peaceful resolution in the proceedings, the legal proceedings that you might be in, Earth sign. You might come to a peaceful term, or term agreements might be very agreeable to both you and the other party. You are definitely wanting to have peace in this situation, Rosary, after a very Knight of Swords type of energy. And that comes from just you or the other person stepping into your emotions, balancing the logic in the heart, the mind and the heart. The head and the heart might actually be a group that you might listen to, earth signs, or they might listen to, but I feel this is going to be a beautiful time of healing, of choosing peace. I'm getting very strong temperance energy, So you might want to look up the Temperance card in the Tarot. I'm also getting very strong star energy. So you might resonate with the star and energy in the Tarot. Healing energy. A conversation went awry. A text conversation, an email, a phone call. Something went awry, but I feel like this is all going to come into this beautiful, peaceful resolution in the near future, very soon, row 3. So do not worry. If you are the one who may have felt like you were a Knight of Swords, extend your hand like the Nightingale in a peaceful message, in a peaceful act, a creative way, and choose peace. If they are the ones that came across this way, they are going to come they're going to want to come towards you as the Nightingale energy with that beautiful peace energy with the otter, and are going to want to focus on healing and nurturing. Beautiful communication coming towards you after struggle. But all in all, row 3, these messages have been very beautiful for me to bring across to you, and I'm so glad I could get these messages to you. Moving forward, I will be doing some more pick a card readings for all 4 elements, so definitely stay tuned. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed. Please do join me for your next pick a card reading. I'm very excited to do that for you. Please stay tuned. All right, everyone. Well, these have been your pick a card messages for Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn Earth energies. So again, I welcome you, if you did not have a chance, to go and take a look at the other rows here. There might be messages there that might resonate for you or for someone in your life. And if you have not already subscribed to the channel, if you found that this resonated and you're excited to see what your next reading will be all about, please hit that like button and the notification bell so you know when your next Earth sign reading comes out. And also, please share this with anyone that you feel might resonate with any of these messages. And I thank you all so much for your support. And to new subscribers, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in your next reading, Earth signs. Take care. Bye-bye.